Hi, we continue with our discussions on internal auditing of ISO 9001. We are still in the common findings or observations by the auditors, covering various aspects, where these findings and observations are useful for us, getting insights into what the auditors are looking for and what are the rationales behind those. So far, we have covered the documentation and record, non-compliance of processes, trainings and competencies, management system, customers and supplier related issues, and operational controls. Today, we deal with the last aspect, which is related to improvements and corrective actions. This remains the core emphasis of the ISO, which is looking for improvements over times. Based on my personal interpretation in terms of the ISO, first we want to see whether the ISO is in place, meaning that the implementations is in accordance to the requirements of the ISO. Due to regular audits, which normally conducted once a year, there will always be gaps and rooms of improvements. It doesn't matter when the first adoptions of the ISO, you find a lot of NCRs and OFI. Maybe the subsequent year, more NCR and more OFI detected. The numbers of NCR and OFI will not lead you disqualified for the ISO certifications. Having the ability to identify NCR and OFI is actually credits, meaning that you are eager to improve the qualities of the organizations. Now, the greatest issue with the ISO is that you have the system running, but there is no corrective actions. In another word, you don't bother to improve your organizations. Then this can be critical for ISO. This leads to the improvement and corrective actions aspects. Now, if the corrective actions are not taken, delayed, or not closed on time, this can be NCR. This behavior should not be a trend, as it leads to certain impression that lacking control and lacking attentions over the continuous improvement of the organizations. Another thing here is the root cause analysis incomplete or superficial. Theoretically, you identify certain NCR. There should be an analysis in terms of the root cause. The observations of the NCR may reflect the surface problem. They may be underlying problem leading to this surface problem. There can be multiple of surface problem caused by a single underlying problem. If you manage to address this underlying problem, the relevant surface problems can be overcome. That's why it is a culture for ISO implementation to look into the root cause analysis, which should be properly done. You cannot leave it there, or you cannot just do it for the sake of doing, with the intention only answer to the auditors. Or sometimes it is done, but with superficial understanding. That one should also be evaluated and can easily be verified, as theoretically, if you address the root cause, similar problems or related problems will not surface again in future. Now, if your solutions does not address the root cause, similar problem will continuously pop up. Then this should bring to you the attentions to relook into your solutions, whether it is addressing the root cause. And then next is the OFI identified but not act upon. This is also another NCR. There should be response over the OFI identified by the auditor. You may agree or you may disagree, but there should be response. Now, your solutions might not in line with what the auditor initially intended to. Even the auditors have their directions of the solutions, but formally in written, the auditor will not have it specifically written in the report, as they only need to identify the observations, meaning that you don't have to fully abide to the directions of the solutions by the auditors. The autonomy is still with you. You can come up with the alternative solutions addressing the same issues, which you feel is more suitable and more realistic. You cannot simply ignore that just because you disagree with the OFI. Talking about disagreeing the observations by the auditor, normally during the audit section, you are given chance for the rebuttal. You can communicate your disagreement to ensure that unpractical or invalid observation shall not be addressed to you. Meaning that by the time you receive the official OFI and NCR, presumably you have already agreed with the observations by the auditors. Subsequently, you will have to act upon the OFI and NCR. Now, if you choose not to proceed, not doing any actions, this will be against the principles of the ISO. Now, to make it simple, whether you qualify to get the ISO certifications is not determined by number of NCR and OFI. It is not that you found a lot of NCR and OFI would disqualify you to get the ISO. More importantly is, do you take necessary actions responding to the NCR and OFI? And then the mindset should go towards finding the root cause or underlying problems. Addressing those will lead to resolve of a lot of surface problems. So your corrective action should not be emphasizing on the surface problem without addressing the root cause. If this is followed, normally you will have no issue with ISO certifications.